All right, this is kind of weird. This feels a little off. I'm used to having the chat here. I have not recorded a video outside of live streams in a good while, so this does not feel right. But I completely missed this, so I wanted to talk about it. This is Wemby talking about his draft input, which I feel like is going to be interesting.
I want some rest. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what Wembanyama has to say. I've said this over and over before listening to any of this. I said this over and over. He's a superstar, obviously, with the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, he's going to be involved in some capacity. Like there's no way that the San Antonio Spurs make moves and Wemby does not know about it. He is here for the long haul. While you might not give, I don't know, Sohan the same due diligence when it comes to telling him about what's going on with you, and you might not do the same thing with Vassell, you're going to do it with Wemby. It was the same thing with Timmy, right? Maybe after a while Manu and Tony were involved. I'm not 100% sure, but we know for a fact that every time it's a superstar that's with the Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs front office is all in communication. They're all talking. Now, you don't want to get to a point where Wemby's just running your entire franchise, okay? You don't want to get to that point. While I do think he's a phenomenal leader, one thing about just NBA players in general, a lot of times they have an idea of what they need, but it usually goes too far and they don't know what they're talking about. You know, same thing with Giannis. I mean, LeBron, he even went too far. I mean, saying that he wanted Westbrook on his team. Like he sometimes players don't know, and LeBron is one of the best at it as far as like being heavily involved in the front office, and even he gets it wrong. So I'm not going to put that on Wemby, and it's a good thing that he's in good hands. All right, but sorry, I blabbed a lot there. All right, this is 31 seconds. Let's listen to what Wemby has to say. He always brings us that heat. Let's see, can I? All right, no need to speed it up. Let me make sure everything's turned up so I can hear it nice and good. All right, Wemby, take it away.
As much as
I cannot hear it. It is not in my headphones. You guys could probably hear that. All right, let's rewind.
As much as my role as a leader and as a player for the future is important, so I stay on my side. But it's, you know, I'm sure also about the draft they're gonna, you know, ask me questions about the French prospects we got right now coming up. So it's you know, as before, everybody does their job, but I'm ready to be involved and to collaborate and give and help in any way I can help. As much as
that was a very humble way of saying, yeah, I kind of expect to be involved. I don't really look. I've had this issue, right? I've had an issue where I start responding to a small minority of Spurs fans, and I start to realize when I go live and I look at some of the comments under my videos, I don't see all the comments, but I look at some of the comments under my videos, and you know, some of the things that we talk about even on Twitter, social media in general, most people usually agree with a lot of the takes that we put forward on this channel, right? Like most people agree. Even if you go on my Discord, join my Discord, by the way, link in the description. Even in the Discord, it's the same thing. People typically agree. So I think it's just a small minority group that says those crazy things, out of whack things like you're going to lose Wemby, get rid of Popovich. It's just those guys kind of coming up to say these things because the Spurs are losing, and they probably had a issue with the front office for a very long time. But I'm gonna be real with you. Being a San Antonio Spurs fan is probably one of the best. This is the best team you could cheer for. I mean, seriously, this is probably the best team you can cheer for. While right now we can name some teams right off the top where it's like, oh yeah, they're doing well right now, and it might be nice to be a fan of theirs, right? Minnesota, you know, you got Anthony Edwards there on the come up. It's like, okay, yeah, it'd be nice to be a fan of theirs. You got shoot, even the Memphis Grizzlies got some young talent that it might be nice to be a fan of the Memphis Grizzlies. OKC's doing really well right now. There's lots of teams that it's fine to be a fan of or whatever, but I just don't. the San Antonio Spurs are on a whole nother level when it pertains to development of players, when it pertains to doing things the right way, in a precise way, a smart way, winning championships, having a winning franchise forever. I mean, the Spurs have always been a winning franchise. Now, were they always winning championships? No. But if you go back and you look at the records of old, they were always a winning team. It's just really strange to me that you could criticize them to the degree in which some people are criticizing. Wemby has been very open, very vocal about this entire process, that he is in communication with the Spurs. If you listen to Popovich's rhetoric, when you listen to Wemby's rhetoric, when you listen to Devin Vassell, all the way down to Trey Jones, right? And then you listen to even our owner and what he has to say about the San Antonio Spurs future, what direction they're going to go in. Every single person is on the same page, and that is not something to scoff at. That is not something to just brush over and say it's not that big a deal. Who cares? That's not what this is about. No, it's a lot of teams that don't have this luxury, and there's a lot of fans that are miserable cheering for their teams every single season, okay? At least with the Spurs, I have a lot of hope that they're going to be winning again. Like I have almost no doubt in my mind that the San Antonio Spurs are going to be on top of the league again. I just don't worry about it that much. So it's very frustrating when you see stuff like that. But like I said, it's a very minority group. It's not like a huge big chunk of people actually saying it. I probably just hone in on those guys like way too often, and I probably need to chill out with that. But this is good to hear. We already know that he's going to be involved. We already know that he is going to have somewhat of a say-so. It will be absolutely silly for him not to have that say-so. And we also know that over, when he was in France, it was the exact same thing. Well, it was way different. It was way different there, actually. He said, and I thought this was a joke, but a lot of people have told me, no, he was being legit when he said that. He was responsible for everything with his team. He was responsible for like guys staying in shape. He was responsible for the gym being clean. He was responsible for so many different things. I thought Wemby was being hyperbolic. A lot of people told me that he wasn't. I don't know, but even if he's being hyperbolic, we can at least assume he had a lot of responsibilities at that young age. So we know he is a leader. We know he has that swagger. And he's going to be phenomenal for us. And I think he is a great basketball mind, but you never give like the full car to anybody. I don't think that you should do that with players. I think that's a really bad idea. Unless you're LeBron, and like I said, even LeBron messes up sometimes. So anyways, sorry, I blabbed enough. You guys let me know what you thought about this. I like to hear it, love to hear it. And anyways, I will get with you guys later. Till next time, man. Bye. I'll see you later. I forget how I usually end these. It's been so long.